Okay, it's More Brews Mike here. Just wanted to do a quick video of my Inmate brews and kind of tell a little bit about some of the things I've encountered with doing it. Okay, they've been going for about 5 days now. As you can see, they're going really well. This one right here is 100% grape, and as you can see, it's still really doing well. Had a little bit of a problem at first, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. And the apple took off very well and is slowly just pushing it out now, so it's probably almost done. So, but just kind of tell a little bit about how I made them. I just picked up these at the grocery store. They're 100% juice. You need the 100% juice whenever you do these. Added in 2 cups of corn sugar in each one, and added in yeast nutrient, about a teaspoon in each one. Gave that a good shake to get all that corn sugar and yeast nutrient dissolved in there pretty well. And then I pitched my yeast, which for my yeast I used the Nottingham ale yeast. I used the full packet. I split it up between the two, so each of them got half the packet. But it was a little bit much. Much on the yeast, but I figured, what the heck, I might as well use the whole thing. So, but that's pretty much all you do. Like when you're brewing the beers or wine, make sure everything that's going to touch the juice is sanitized. Of course, making sure everything's sanitized is still crucial, even though you're making the Inmate brews. But as far as the grape had a problem with fermenting. It had trouble starting to ferment, which, as you can see, doesn't have that problem anymore. But after a day, this one was going like crazy. This one really wasn't doing anything. So I've talked to some people on YouTube and kind of came up with a solution, but I've heard that other people kind of have problems with the grape. Not sure why, but sometimes it happens. So what I did was I added yeast energizer, which I'll explain that in a second, but just added that in there per the instructions on the bottle. And as you can see, this is the 5th day, and it is just going. That's a pretty good amount of just foam on top of there. So it's going good. And to talk a little bit about the yeast energizer, I'm going to compare it to the yeast nutrient is right here. That's what you add in the beginning. Just a teaspoon per each one. That's really all you need. And as you can see, it just has 2 things in it, but it really works nice and really helps it out. Okay, the yeast energizer is right here. If you have problems with your yeast starting up, stuck fermentation, I've had a beer that halfway through it just seemed to stop, and my hydrometer readings weren't what they needed to be for it to be complete, so I just dropped some of this in there and it finished it out. So there's no need to think you did something bad and throw it away. Definitely do not throw away stuff. If you can just throw in a couple things and make it better, all the better. You do not want to throw this stuff away unless you absolutely have to. But this is the yeast energizer, and sorry about the picture here. I'm having to use my phone until I get my camera, so it's a little fuzzy, so I'll read to you what it says. You just add a half a teaspoon per U.S. gallon of wine must, and try to aerate it a little bit, shake it in there, move the bottle around a little bit, get a little bit more air in there. And it contains diammonium phosphate, yeast hulls, magnesium sulfate, and vitamin B complex. Now, if you're looking at the yeast nutrient, it has the diammonium phosphate, and this also has it, but this also has the other stuff mentioned. It is a full ounce, and you only use that little of it. I've already used this thing, like I've used it on a beer batch, and I've used it on the grape, getting the grape going, and I still got plenty of this. I picked it up at the homebrew store for about $1.50. So for the price and what it does, it's really what you need to have around just in case. You never know when you're going to hit that little, maybe hit a stuck fermentation or something like that. But I highly recommend this. And that's how you re-simulate fermentation, or re-stimulate it, however you want to say that. But that's really all you do. Again, sorry about the video. Having to use my phone at the moment. Definitely more videos to come. If you have any ideas, suggestions, or anything, please let me know. And I'll be happy to take those into consideration or debate them, or whatever. But thanks for watching. Continue to watch, subscribe, rate, comment, and cheers, guys.